Stronger. Faster. What? What? Together, the three mice traveled down and down and down. Hello, my name is Mr. Pete. I'm a 4th grade teacher, and I'm trying to teach myself the Cockney accent from England so that I can use it for a character that's coming up right now. Chapter 13, Perfidy Unlimited. Perfidy, untrustworthy. Who is untrustworthy? Well, everybody, but who specifically in this chapter? I'm guessing it's a Tilling. Don't trust a Tilling unless it's Despereaux. It's gotta be nice for Despereaux. He has a brother. His brother turned him in. A sister who's given up on him. A father who also turned him into the Mouse Council. A mother who just says goodbye and really cares about how she looks. How could it get worse than that? Let's find out. Chapter 13. You know, lucky 13. Something good's gonna happen here. Let's go! Together, the three mice traveled down. The thread around Despereaux's neck was tight. He felt as if it was choking him. He tugged at it with one paw. Don't touch the thread, barked the second hood. Yeah, echoed the first hood. Don't touch the thread. They moved quickly, and whenever Despereaux slowed, one of the two hoods poked him in the shoulder and told him to keep moving. They went through holes in the wall and down golden stairs. They went past rooms with doors that were closed and doors that were flung wide. The three mice traveled across marble floors and under heavy velvet drapes. They moved through warm patches of sunlight and dark pools of shade. So they're moving through light and dark. And again, highlight that. You can see the contrast, and we have a lot of imagery in that paragraph as well. This, thought Despereaux, was the world he was leaving behind, the world that he knew and loved. And somewhere in it, the Princess P was laughing and smiling and clapping her hands to music, unaware of Despereaux's fate. That he would not be able to let the princess know what had become of him seemed suddenly unbearable to the mouse. Would it be possible for me to have a last word with the princess? Despereaux asked. A word? Said the second hood. You want a word with a human? I want to tell her what has happened to me. Jeez, said the first hood. He stopped and stamped a paw on the floor in frustration. Cripes, you can't learn, can you? Cripes? Jeez? Sounds familiar. The voice was terribly familiar to Despereaux. Furlough? He said. What? Said the first hood irritably. Despereaux shuddered. His own brother was delivering him to the dungeon. His heart stopped beating and shrunk to a small, cold, disbelieving pebble. Hyperbole and metaphor. Hyperbole, obviously, it didn't stop beating and it didn't shrink that small, but it was comparing his heart to a pebble. But then, just as quickly, it leapt alive again, beating with hope. Furlough can save him. Furlough's taking him to the dungeon. Maybe that's why. Maybe he's going to save him. Furlough, Despereaux said, and he took one of his brother's paws in his own. Please, let me go. Please, I'm your brother. Furlough rolled his eyes. He took his paw out of Despereaux's. No, he said. No way.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Please, said Despereaux. No, said Furlough. Rules are rules. Reader, do you recall the word perfidy? As our story progresses, perfidy becomes an ever more appropriate word, doesn't it? Perfidy was certainly the word that was in Despereaux's mind as the mice finally approached the narrow, steep stairs that led to the black hole of the dungeon. They stood, the three mice, two with hoods and one without, and contemplated the abyss before them. Highlight abyss, vocabulary word. That is the very definition of a black hole. And then Furlough stood up on his hind legs and placed his right paw over his heart. For the good of the castle mice, he announced to the darkness, we deliver this day to the dungeon a mouse in need of punishment. He is, according to the laws we have established, wearing the red thread of death. Now we know what the red thread is for. Just announced that he's going to die. His brother. The red thread of death? Repeated Despereaux in a small voice. Wearing the red thread of death? Was a terrible phrase, but the mouse didn't have long to consider its implications. Implications, highlight vocabulary word. Implications are what something means. Because he was suddenly pushed from behind by the hooded mice. One was his brother. His brother! His brother! The push was a strong one, and it sent Despereaux flying down the stairs into the dungeon. As he tumbled, whisker over tail, through the darkness, there were only two words in his mind. One was perfidy, and the other word that he clung to was P. Perfidy, P. Perfidy, P. Alliteration, starting with that letter P. These were the words that pinwheeled through Despereaux's mind as his body descended into the darkness. And we are going to stop there. The ultimate betrayal. His brother takes him to the dungeon, doesn't let him free, and then pushes him head over heels into the dungeon. Chapter 14, Darkness. I'm not going to say any more than that. Pretty happy that Furlough's not my brother. Can you imagine having a brother that would do that to you? And I know most of you are saying, yes, my brother would do. No, none of you have brothers that would do that. Maybe a sister. No, I'm just kidding. But this is one of those moments where you, as a sibling, don't follow that lead. Be good brothers and good sisters. Adieu. Peace. I'll see you all on the next page. Wait, that's too early. I haven't said like, subscribe, follow, comment. Awesome. Love you all. Thanks for joining. Let me get to 1,000. Could I get to 1,000 followers by the end of the school year? I bet I could. Help me out. Tell a friend. Have them read with us. Peace. Adieu. See you on the next page. Peace.